Okay, when you start OpenROS Designer, the first step is to create a DGN file, new file, and as we're going to create a terrain model, we want to use a 3D seed file. If I go to browse, I can select it here, and then I can create my file. I've got this, I will save it as existing ground. Inside, you do as you used to do with the MX, so you go and you attach your DWG. Okay, and then let's see if it's displayed properly. Yes, and then you can merge it, so merge into master and validate and done. Okay, from here we want to import the different features. So as we can see, we have three different features: spots, contours, and break lines. The simplest method to do it is to do it manually by creating a terrain from element. So let's do it in the first time. What I want to do is I want to display off the elements that I don't want to import as break. I will first import the break lines because they are in different levels, so it's better to start with them. I will display off the elements I don't want to import first, so the contours and the spots. Then once I have only my break lines, I can select all of them. It's better to select them before launching the command, because otherwise once the creating terrain model is launched, you will be only able to select one element at a time, so it can be annoying. So don't forget to select them before launch. And then we go to terrain, create from elements, and in the dialog box we can choose the feature type. So it's break line, but you could also select the contours and so on. You have a lot of choice. The edge method, I can leave it unknown, otherwise we know that we want to use the maximum triangle length, so let's do it with it. And choose your feature definition. It can be contours, existing boundary, so let's use this one for instance, and let's call it existing ground for the names. Okay, now you can see that the data point to add 230 selected elements. So I left click to validate. I validated the break lines, the edge methods, and here we can see that the terrain has been created, so we can see the boundary around. In a second time, we want to add the contours and the spots, so we can display on again the level spots, and if we want to select them, we can directly go in the spots level here. Oh, what is it called already? Level spot. Okay, here we go. And this time we go back to terrain model, but we will edit an existing terrain because it has already been created. So we go in feature management, add features. We select the terrain model we want to add to the new features and the type of the elements that we're adding. In this case, they will be spots. Then I'll validate and they will be added. And now that is done, I go and I select, let's see, okay, all on. Okay, now on my features, my contours are selected, so I do the same thing, and this time I will use the contours inside the existing ground terrain. And here we go. So it's how the terrain has been created. And then we can change the feature definition if we want to see if everything seems fine. So here I can use the contours. So, and they seem to match, yeah, they match the elements we've imported.